All right, I never thought I would make another video on OG Movement because I thought it was pretty much forgotten about, and I haven't seen many people talk about it for a long while up until about a day ago. I got a video on my YouTube recommended by the creator Intangible, who we have mentioned in previous videos. So make sure to go watch his video after this one and go sub to him because none of this would have been possible without him. He spent well over $100 just so Clix could mention the OG Movement issues to Tim Sweeney, who is the CEO of Epic Games. The best part about it is Clix understands that people don't want the 2018 movement back, only the animations. So if it did return, it would be Chapter 4 movement. I had to clarify that just so people wouldn't go crazy in the comments. But before I show some clips from Clix, make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see OG movement return. Also, the main reason Clix is talking to Tim Sweeney is to basically help restructure and redevelop Fortnite for Chapter 7. I've noticed recently that Epic Games is trying to lean back towards the competitive side of Fortnite and also talk more to their creators to help them redesign and help restructure the game, just because it helps grow and keep a consistent player count for their game. So make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video, especially if you like competitive Fortnite, because there's going to be a lot of changes, especially in the next few months. But enough yapping, here is the first clip that we're going to go over.
Wait, you're talking to the owner of Fortnite?
I'm gonna try to talk to them of why Central is a server. They should do solos every single week, no matter what, even if it's $100.
It could be a top 100 lobby.
That is how you grow the game. That is literally how you grow the game.
If I'm going to be dead honest with you, I used to be a competitive player back in Chapter 5, also Chapter 2 as well. I do think there needs to be some sort of tournament game mode within Fortnite to grow it. Obviously, yes, we do have tournaments here and there, but it's not as good as it was. During quarantine, there were daily tournaments like Cash Cups, solos, and duos. It really did help grow the game, but the one problem here that a lot of people have not been talking about is this addresses the majority of the competitive community instead of the casual community. And this is why I think Intangible stepped in and brought up the OG movement animations, because this does relate to the casual community, but it also relates to the competitive community. So it would give us a certain step in the right direction to help grow not only Fortnite competitive, but also maybe OG and Reload down the line. And personally, I do want to grow OG because the player count has been absolutely insane recently. OG with Zero Build and Build has almost 100,000 concurrent players, which is insane. They have doubled their numbers since Season 3 and Season 4, which is insane to see, and we all know why. It's because they have good loot pools. And we'll talk about this in a separate video, but OG needs some sort of competitive aspect as well, including Reload as well, with either daily or weekly tournaments. Let's go over the clip where Clix addresses OG movement and what we can expect for him to talk about whenever he goes and sees Tim Sweeney.
Dog, if they didn't invite you, Ozzy, I swear to God, that's the most hatred of. Oh my God!
Fast editing community wants old movement back.
Thank you for the $100. Transparently, as a pro, old movement is terrible, and you guys do not want old movement. Whether you think you guys want, I'm gonna tell you guys every single. I'm gonna tell you something. You guys want old movement until they go back to old movement, and everything's so slow. You're like, why are you playing this game? Everything is so slow.
No. That's not what they mean.
Old
That's
movement?
Not what they mean.
What do they mean?
60 months.
That doesn't mean tax sprinting and mantling and shit. That means they're like a Chapter 4 or Chapter 5. Like you would move differently.
Like you want like jumping on the walls? Oh,
Apparently
the animations.
What?
Why do you guys give a about how you look? Wait, why do you guys care what you look like? No offense. Like, is it? Wait, a lot of people are saying it. Maybe I do touch on this. Everyone's saying pickaxe pull out. Maybe this is a top thing. Huh.
So listen, guys, we don't know a ton of information at the moment. Clix could bring it up. I mean, he said that he might because, I mean, a lot of the community, especially the creative part, does want old movement back because, in my opinion, when they took the movement out after Chapter 4, it really did kill a lot of the 1v1 montages. Maybe they just went out of the trend. I'm not too sure. But personally, I stopped watching them because the movement just looks so goofy and I laughed every time I watched a montage. So yeah, it would be cool to have it back as a setting. Me personally, I don't care as much anymore just because, like Clix said earlier, he has gotten so adapted to the new movement and I have as well. It's not too big big of a deal for me, but I do know that a lot of people left at the beginning of Chapter 5 after OG because they changed the look of the movement. Now, at the beginning, the very, very beginning of Chapter 5, it was absolutely terrible. They did tweak a little bit of the animations, which I think did help keep a lot of players attached to the game, but yes, it was very, very bad at the beginning of Chapter 5. But I'm done talking about old movement for the time being. If you want to know more about what Clix is going to talk about, the bigger things like ranked wins equaling V-Bucks, which I think would be really, really cool, and we have, I believe, 14 others, then make sure to stay tuned because this is going to be a huge shift, not only for the competitive scene, but also you, especially if you enjoy just playing ranked reload, or if you play ranked chapter 6, or maybe even you're a casual player that wants a lower ping. So a big thing is a lot of the servers. So Clix wants East to be brought back for competitive, which I 100% agree with. I also disagree with, just because Central was brought into the scene and it makes so much more sense. There are a ton of people Central, and America is huge, so having 3 different servers, in my opinion, would be a really good thing for NA. But yes, I do think this is why the ranked player count is at an all-time low. Also, it would bring a lot more competitive players back to the game, especially the ones that didn't make millions of dollars whenever Fortnite first started doing tournaments, because now it is much harder to really go pro in Fortnite because the prize pools are really, really bad, and a lot of these pros, quote unquote, are really relying on content creation to push themselves to the next level. And it can get really annoying at times having to rely on your own content creation instead of, you know, relying on the game that you thought would help make you money. This being also solo victory cups. Everyone can earn and get their first earnings. I thought this was a great idea in Fortnite OG in 2023. Me personally, I played it. I didn't make any money, but I did qualify for multiple rounds, and it made me play the game longer and actually want to grind. I think another big thing is that you have to now, I believe, play like 12 or 14 games to even play competitive, which I don't think is a good idea. I understand they want you to grind more to make earnings, but the problem with that is that people don't want to wait that long. That's why I stopped playing competitive, because I didn't play for a little while because I was mainly focused on OG. I didn't really care about competitive, and content was really coming up on a rise for me. Yeah, I eventually just dropped it and didn't care whenever they added the bigger tournaments back like FNCS, because I couldn't even play them. Zero build tournaments are huge. I think this is one of the biggest. But the next problem is cheaters. Cheaters are really, really bad right now, not just in competitive and ranked game modes, but also in casual. I have seen some in OG. It's a very select few, and I don't understand why people cheat in casual game modes, but they do. It's really, really weird. But yeah, Fortnite really needs to filter this out. Easy anti-cheat is usually really, really good and better than some other anti-cheats out there, like Valve's anti-cheat, VAC. It's terrible. If you play Counter-Strike, you know what I'm talking about. The cheaters on there are just horrid, and it's very easy to cheat. Thankfully, Fortnite is not like that, but people have been cheating a lot more now, even back in the Chapter 1 2018 era, which was really bad because the game just first came out. They want changes on Surge. I'm not too knowledgeable on this, so I won't cover the topic. But basically, Storm Surge is when there's a certain amount of players, at least when I used to play. I think it used to be 70. And if there was above 70 players in like 5th zone or 4th zone or something like that, then you would take damage if you didn't deal damage to other players. Next is adding a comp skin where a certain percentage goes into a tournament every month and spread out prize pool. Originally, I read this wrong. So the community funds the tournaments through a skin. This is a great idea. So think about like the rank skin that you got, gold, bronze, unreal, etc. But basically, you would buy the skin and a percentage would be put into the tournament. So obviously, people are going to want to buy the comp skins, especially if they're good, to help fund the tournament. I would 100% do that, even if I wasn't a comp player. I want to see the competitive players rise again because it really does help the game a lot. Another great question, which a lot of OG players like as well, is Winter Royale coming back? Yes, this will make a ton of players come back for Christmas. Season 7 during 2018, I believe, is when we had Winter Royale. And this is obviously, it was like really the first big tournament that Fortnite ever had, and it was very easy for people to get their first earnings. But Winter Royale is just a very notable thing in Fortnite, and if they brought it back, a lot of players would return just because it's OG. That's just how it is. But yeah, the only problem is that since you have to play 14 competitive games to get into any cash tournaments, it's just not good. Like, a lot of people won't play them because they don't want to play 14 games before they play cash games. Remove bots and ranked reload. I wish he would have said a lot more of the other game modes. Remove bots in OG. Remove bots, yes, in ranked reload and in ranked chapter 6. It's gotten way out of hand. It does not feel fun to play ranked at all anymore. Let me be honest with you, I haven't played in a really long time, and I just started playing ranked reload again because it's a very good map, actually, the new Fortnite Mirrors one. It's just not fun with bots. Just take them out. Again, he goes over some more skin cups, but also a reconnect button. I sort of agree with this. This is a little bit iffy. It would be nice to have a reconnect button, but that would lead to a lot of odd playing styles, if that makes sense, and it would be easier for cheaters to inject cheats. I know this because of Counter-Strike. A lot of people will leave games and then inject cheats into the game to basically help bypass the anti-cheat. So I wouldn't do that just yet. Just wait a little bit on that, make the anti-cheat better, and we'll be good. Add a leaderboard for ranked with the top 100 prize pool. This will make players grind ranked for more. Again, he says monitor cheaters. But yeah, the cheating problem will be even worse in ranked if they do this. But again, I think we should go back to a points-based system like Arena so people understand how they can grow and grind instead of, obviously, first off, the cheaters, and second off, you don't know how you're going to rank up and you don't know how you're going to win. The only way is to try and win every single game, which I guess that is what you should try and do. But it will really show the skill gap between first place and even like second, third place of how many more points each person has. And last but not least, which I 100% agree with, this is probably the best thing on the list, is 50 V-Bucks per ranked win. Epic Games needs people to play ranked for a reason. Here's the thing, if people are grinding for V-Bucks in ranked, oh my gosh, can you imagine the in-game lobbies? And obviously, the ranked win for 50 V-Bucks should only be in Unreal. This shouldn't be in Diamond, or this should give you a reason to get Unreal. You're getting V-Bucks per win. That would be sick. But overall, a very great list. Some of these on here, they're just all competitive. Honestly, I wish Clix kind of went in the middle with casual and competitive, but again, he's a pro player. What do you expect more of him to say? Anyways, guys, if you want OG Movement to return and also a lot of these items on the list to make it into the game, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you want to see most out of this list. I guarantee you all of you are going to say OG Movement, but still, your second best thing on the list. Guys, it's been your boy Tricky, and I'm out. Peace.